It's a good sign, but as Pim said as well, you know, we definitely need some of the more regular folk in OG to show some face in this map as well. Big, very comfortable home ground pick for them, and OG might be into hot water here. We'll see how things fare. It's fast for Big, no waiting around on their T side, and they go right towards ramp where one man sits. Calling for man 2 maybe is Issa, but he's too late down the ladder, and already dropping B are the big boys.
They are everywhere, all around him, and he doesn't stand much of a chance. The B site belongs to Big, and with it, the pistol round likely to follow. Alexa B with the dual Berettas. Yikes.
I will just say, I never see them do anything. I know you're going to reference that one Keto clip till the end of time.
No,
sure.
outside of that, hang on.
Yeah.
Top hut, which is where Alexa B was playing.
Nitro used to do that.
Dual Berettas are used there quite a lot, and you know, if you think back, right, you reference Nitro because we saw a lot of him using those dualies. If you think back, the thing is like, yeah, he would never get like 5 with the 30 bullets, but sure, you know, you get like 2, and then they've done their job. If you're left in a retake with dual Berettas, yeah, it's bad. Okay, you're in for a bad time.
I just got to say, out of the hundreds of rounds I've seen Berettas bought, I rarely even see a kill. Very rarely see 1 kill. But hey, I'm not the one buying them. I don't care. You can go crazy. But they don't work, unfortunately. Not in this case. Very fast for Big. And yeah, they love sipping their espressos.
Is that what that is? You're a bit of a coffee connoisseur.
I don't know. It's a small coffee, so probably.
Small coffee.
Yeah, that's what they call them. But nice fast round for Big, right? Obviously exploiting Issa early, who had a bit of trouble on the previous map on such an integral position like ramp on the CT side of Nuke. If they have a game plan to really get in his face and you know, annoy him, that could be really good for Big. Right now he's not playing ramp. We have pistols everywhere, all over the map, coming up secret as well as Big layup outside smokes. They are ramp splitting. They're going to realize this is clear. The molly pushes players back down to B. Big, they could just end in the A site here. If they did, there's no one to stop them. But they don't know that yet. Smokes it down, very good smokes as well. And they're going to finally try and crash down onto this B bomb site. Double for Searson, and it should be easy going from here on out for Big.
I don't want to spoil this round for you all, but this is the round belonging to Big at this point, right? They have the bomb down on B, and OG weren't even rotating. They were just hoping they could catch some of these remaining players off guard, and they don't. Searson hunts everyone down, and getting that many kills with his Mac 10 means he could even bring an AWP out right away.
Yeah, 4-piece. Not bad at all. Big money. And bigger problems for OG, but at least they've got the guns to solve it. The AWP comes through, the Mac dropped. The drop shots continue for Searson. Can he keep that up with the AWP? Probably not that.
I wish they would, because I mean, to be fair, like, we haven't had LAN events for a while, but when they come back, I hope we get the big checks again. They were great. They were my favorite.
Massive checks.
Yeah.
It's been a while. More so trophies nowadays. You have a massive check, don't you?
I do. I have a massive check. It's pretty, it's good. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah. $10,000 ruse.
Going through the airport with that, everyone's looking at you. You're like,
very
well,
weird.
Sorry, yes, can I purchase another seat? Can I cash this huge check in?
Fortunately, they didn't take it. All right. A play maybe for Big. They're on a default. They're very split right now. We've got players outside lining up utility. Patience is key. Mantu has the cross. But that's already a start. Valdig dead through the smoke by Tizian. And now the double smokes it down. Right-clicked in by Searson. He can go down towards lower, and there's no rotations there for OG. Even if Big don't want to end B, that's enough of a commotion that OG are now questioning things. Mantu hears these smokes. He hears the cross. But he's not going to move his muscle. He's just going to wait. In the back of garage, 30 seconds. Big need to move soon. Boost on ramp. Issa needs something spectacular, but it's not a commitment. They're doubling back into A. This secret control was all a bit of a ruse now, and Tabson is going to be dropping in on main for this split. Manson misses it, and he will finally get some bullets in, but Tabson did some damage to Nico, and now his position is known.
Oh, Alexi back at the bomb site. Can't stand the test of time.
Wow.
Oh, and you talk about, you know, big checks there. Well, the biggest one definitely being that little bit of info that goes their way from Issa up on the boost. You were hoping that was enough for OG to reinforce that A bomb site, right, and hold their ground. I think it made it pretty obvious that the A play was coming in.
Yeah.
However, everyone on big just landing these openers, getting a lot of depth into this site before they're really throwing any kind of problem from Issa up in heaven. But even then, he's just one man left at the end of it all.
I really like that pace for Big as well, right? After Tabson dies, he does so much damage and gets so much info. Big stop. They don't try and rush in off that death. He makes him stop and he calls, all right, one here. This is clear. That's clear. Check this. And Big move in. Really, like, just really good spacing, side by side, and just trade to a win. They know that OG is stacked on A, but it's not a worry. They've already got a pick. And Big, every round, doing something different. Keeping OG on their toes. Smokes outside, wider ones now. They can go garage if they please, but looking to just cross secret. Throw these on anti-ecos especially to avoid CTs getting aggressive, flashing through smokes, climbing up on the red box. There are almost no options for a pistol player behind those smokes. So Big have a free pathway towards that B bomb site where there are some rotations. Sure, OG have moved members down, but they are underarmed for what is about to come their way.
Underarmed and under siege as, well, Valde actually gets that one for free. Bye. He's out of there. They try to chase it down, but they get there a little too late. And this B site is stacked heavy with a lot of OG bodies. Alexi B's even going aggressive in the smoke. Searson's bypassed him. This is so weird. It's very uncomfortable. It's very claustrophobic as you're trying to get in. And Alexi, if enough chaos is being caused, he could get away with absolute murder in the double doors. Instead, it's Nico to snatch the kill away from him. But a 2-on-3, an AWP given over. Xantares trying to be the difference maker. And there it is. Him and Tizian, they combine. They get it back under wraps. They go into a 5v5 B take with OG already well entrenched and crossfires set up. And yet somehow they still emerge with the round going in favor of Big.
Yeah, you really don't know how they do that, but some great picks, right? Just taking it slow, taking it patiently, waiting for OG to give them the fights that they want. And yeah, AKs are better than pistols. Who would have thought? Nice try from Alexi and Nico, who are really in the position to do everything there, but as soon as the smoke fades, Xantares checks it. Ooh, nades and a shot for Alexi B through a smoke as it blooms, finding Tabson outside. Searson can't trade. Full smokes are down. Alexi, oh, not enough for Searson to take the shot. He didn't want to wallbang and give away the AWP's position. It wasn't known, but Mantu is caught out on ramp. Issa tries to trade, only good for one, and Big have somehow pulled this back into a 3-on-3. Searson's still sat outside, but B is open for the taking. One player down for OG. Nico's got to do it all.
Yeah, Searson's even wrapping outside slowly but surely. So Nico doesn't know it yet, but he is getting pressured from the secret stairs a little later in the round. Xantares trying to figure out where best to reposition to, and so he takes the position that's got his name on it. Moving over towards control room, looking to get this round back in favor of Big, but now he's caught out by this double ramp peak, and so Searson's late flank in through secret has got to do absolutely everything for Big at this point in time. Missed shot onto the first, and Nico immediately able to snuff him out of the round. OG, they get away with their first. Nico with an exemplary B hold, right? It was all eyes on him, and he puts up both the kills needed.
Yeah, and patient enough, right? Not giving away the picks, not giving away a chance to get into their post spots. He just stays alive and waits and then holds the window, clearing angles. Xantares needed to get more done there, right? He needed anything, but the one thing that's weird about that retake is firstly, Xantares is in the open. Searson's already cleared secret. That's worth noting. They know it's a ramp retake coming through. It has to be. And so Xantares is still open, very open to ramp. And also Searson, you know, he does lose his teammate in the process, and the window play is nice, but the bomb wasn't planted for him. Even if he kills Nico, they just stick the defuse, and he's lost the round. There was no way back in. Not a worry, though. Big finally falter, give a first to OG. How long will that last? Back to ramp, perhaps. Deep smoke in for Issa. Mantu coming up from secret, clearing outside as well. They've tried this in many rounds, have OG. Trying to get that outside info, and they've got it. No one here for big, not yet at least, but moving slowly is Tabson on a bit of a lurk. Mantu crosses and misses that timing. Ooh. Even though Tabson isn't activating early, he can come in on the main ramp on this A split if that is going to be the play. Mantu can confirm after the flash that these smokes are fakes. And so OG, as long as they wait for his call, no rotations need to happen.
Yeah, bit of util going into ramp again. Issa looking to be the man to get pressured, but once more, it is this fake. We've seen them do this already back into an A play, but as you mentioned, the outside info was there from Mantu. He could even deal with Tabson, and he does swing out, and is very, very quick on this swing as well. Tabson removed, that makes this main player that much more free, that much more deadly, and still waiting behind the CT vent is the man who hasn't even had to make a move yet. Valde can swing on out and put a stop to the madness, doesn't even need to. It's just Searson left. And these little fakes, man, they're not really working for big. The fact that, you know, that exact same round happened in the exact same fashion once already, with the information getting grabbed that it wasn't outside, the ramp play, you know, all the utility goes in, but no one pushes with it. Well, you've already seen them do it once before. You felt pretty safe in the assumption that it was that fake back into A. And so OG don't even move. They don't fall for it.
You're hoping that, you know, the heaven rotate player comes down, supports hell. Issa gets panicky and goes, guys, help me, they're coming ramp. And then suddenly you've got a weakened A side, but that's not happening. Issa's not falling for it. He's not calling for over rotations. With no players getting actually spotted out in ramp, OG just hold on. They wait back on the A side with another hold and find their second. Pistols out now for big, relying on the saved AWP to do it all. Sis has not really been given the fights outside, right? Mantu's been pretty mobile with the AWP. He's been playing pretty safe, if anything. And even when Alexi's been in the garage, he's not been over-facing the outside area. So Sis knows he needs to be the man to steal this kill away. He needs to be putting himself in position. And that much he has done. But Mantu, talk about passive. He's not even left spawn. Is a B player. Alexi is lower. But right now, even though Mantu doesn't have that info that Bigger could or should be pushed down to B, it's not a worry. OG have everything else. Bigger going to use this to wrap hell, but that will put them into the firing line of this AWP, clearing positions that have been played so far in this game. Issa playing a little more aggro on ramp, right? He's playing for info. He can drop the Molotov when he spots them cross, and that he does. Denying the ramp play. Big wanted to hit it at a certain timing. They're now delayed, and Mantu waits with this AWP.
Dead on. And now they're trying to pressure him. They're trying to get this AWP taken out of the round. Keto already getting across. Mantu hasn't seen it yet. Keto up close, but he does get the info on the drop down. Heartbreaking. Issa putting up a ramp hold as well and just not budging. Only Searson's AWP left in a missed shot. Issa seizes the gap.
Yeah.
And OG take a third.
All right. That was really nice from Issa. Really, really nice. Even stalls out, right? Like Big, they wanted to put the pressure on ramp early. He drops the Molotov.
One of the things I've really enjoyed watching Issa for, like, even though he doesn't put up very good numbers since we transitioned to online play, I think playing with a higher ping has really taught him how to just be a nuisance. Like, one of the reoccurring things you'll see with Issa is he's great at, like, staying alive in a moment where just being alive is enough, you know? There on ramp, he doesn't overextend in any of those peaks. He takes the fights as like a series of 1v1s, dodging his way around the AWP.
You got to make do with what you got, right? Valde certainly does. Switching back to the rifle in the nick of time. It's Big running B. And already, rotations flying through the vents. Alexi, oh, he's behind them. Bomb dropped as well. That is almost irretrievable. Even if they get it, they're right back into the fight, into the fire. And they're even going to run through to their own demise. Good deke, but no more for Keto. As OG, they paddle back to a fourth. Great recovery on the CT side. This was 4-0 down. It looks very worrying. And OG have not dropped anything since that point. All right, all right, all right. Another AWP for Big. Another chance to get back on the board.
Yeah, they've got this AWP on Searson. I think you need to deal with Mantu here. I think he's been causing you a lot of problems in terms of the information he's been getting. In terms of the picks he's been able to put up with the AWP. And so this seems like the man to beat. tabseN gets over towards Secret outside. Not info that OG have. CSGO might catch him falling back, but a missed opportunity. You don't get many of them. And so now Mantu is ready for this outside AWP. He's keen to take the engagement. This head-to-head decides a hell of a lot, right? If Mantu falls, suddenly the map has opened up to you and you've got a lot of room outside. Instead, with this kill not presenting itself, it's another one of these utility drops into ramp, but Issa holds on to this position. And at this point, OG should be pretty ready for an A play, which is, I'm imagining, what Big are gearing up for. They flush out Mantu, but they're not able to deal with the man in main. And so now it's these two remaining players left to just trickle through the door. Yeah, good luck. Firing squad here from the two defending players. And Valdet makes quick work of it.
Clinical. Yeah, I'm struggling to see the value in what Big are doing on ramp right now, right? Issa's actually got their number in so many of these rounds. He's not giving up the pick. You'll notice Big are double flashing in. That round they throw a hell molly. They take very wide angles. And then Xantares knows at that point, if Issa is ramp, he has to be close right or boost. Those are the only positions that are available. And so he swings it on his own and dies. You would hope for at least a trade there if you're Big, or to just give it up and not play that position. They've never gotten out ramp. They've never killed Issa. And so constantly they lose the ramp fight, and where do they go? Back to the A site, where OG are double, triple stacked even at times. Plus Mantu unleashing very late in the round there, hiding Garage for so long and then peeking CSGO right as he pulls out the flashes as well. Seeing some good rounds out of OG here, and Bigger yet to find solutions. Maybe upping the pace would be one, especially on a round like this, although they've got Deegs. Smokes again. Landing in the A site, that's for the vent. No one dropping though. And Valde knows that for sure. Hey, ramps work so well, let's go back to it, they say. But look who's here, it's a double setup again. And Mantu could even hang around with the AWP.
Oh man, I think they're on something here. Ramp, yeah, that's always gone well. Oh, damn it, Issa again? Really? This guy, always in ramp room, always killing everyone. Oh, tabseN.
Oh, there's a chance.
Got us excited for a moment, but only for a moment. A passing moment that's already gone by. 6 to OG now in the lead, 6 in a row at that.
They kept the AKs over the AWP as well. They rather rebuy it than drop the AK-47s on CT side. That's when you know the money is getting out of control here for OG. Issa already outfragged himself from the previous map. That was 30 rounds. We are 10 deep and he has more kills. Exciting stuff. We said it's going to be a key position, and clearly it was part of Big's game plan today, but they're not being able to shut him out like they were back on Overpass. Mantu's even taken this spot today. And this is floating down in the lower bomb site instead. Mantu close peek. Oh, he hits it, but it's not a kill. Keto given a path to B, and he'll take it.
Yeah, finally, you get past Issa. And with that, the rest of the defense starts to crumble. Issa is still here inside of B this time. Is able to draw it back into a 3-on-4. Now OG say to Issa, all right, mate, we're trusting you with the B-bomb site, and we're going to go ahead and hold on to A. We'll keep it under wraps, and you've just got to worry about B. Xantares is the man looking to complicate matters a little bit on this hell flank. Could try and get up through heaven. He hears that drop down outside as well. Looked very cognizant of that info, and there it is. Valde caught from the wraparound. The bomb is getting planted on the other side of Alexa B. A missed shot from CSGO. Oh no! That is maybe just throwing this whole round away. Xantares can't get it back under wraps. And OG, they take a 7th.
Oh my, Alexi dropped in early. They had no idea. It looked like they were about to clear him, but Xantares kills the Heaven player that went back out, and they think A's empty. Alexi just holds on, and the perfect spray not just killing the AWP in main that should have been able to take him out of the round immediately, but even gets the bomb planter out of the animation, no way to fight, and then trading onto Xantares. Beautiful round for Alexi B, the hero right now. Him and Issa locking in rounds. And yeah, that's being very emotional on the cams at times. That's one you just got to try and forget about as quickly as it comes. Not a pretty sight at all. Searson, glass orb. Oh. You couldn't bang that. You couldn't wallbang this.
Now, man,
you
won't.
Do damage. Oh, on the jump. Not like this.
Going in for more. Mantu wants more.
Yeah.
In with his second. Taps and removed. Mantu, why stop there? The ball's already rolling. No need to put a stop to it yet. The swing out from Garage sees Alexi and Valde both dealt with. Nico is close up in main, but it's Mantu still shutting down big. Finally, Nico makes his presence known, and Mantu might even, I was going to say, be able to get a fourth, but Searson steals it away from him. And now down to a 1v2. Nico fast wrapping the silo. They just saw him in main. He was in main a matter of seconds ago. Now he's left it, and he's given this room to Searson, a chance at an A bomb plant, but you know that Searson is constantly paranoid, trying to figure out where Nico is. Top silo is the last place you're going to expect.
Hey, definitely check backside, right? Surely after last round. He doesn't know. He's been given a plant, right? Like, Nico has to make noise to come down, so he's in no rush. Issa's patrolling B. And so Searson, you know, it doesn't matter if he wastes time because no one seems to be moving for OG, but he needs to get that plant ASAP. The drop is in. Did he hear it? Seems like he might have. The bomb is already out. He's just going to go for the full stick. And now given a chance to dance in the 1v2. Going back towards main, Nico should have a timing for this.
Oh, easy for Nico.
Yeah, maybe he didn't hear the drop because I feel like
it looked like he did as well,
yeah,
and I thought he would have done, being back in lobby when the drop comes in.
Guess you just think it's a main wrap off the back of the drop, but no, Nico goes all the way back through lobby. Good round from him. I actually really like the silo climb as well. If he got there 3 seconds earlier, he would have just flat out killed Searson outside. Mantu as well, man of the hour, hitting some bangers on the AWP. 3 kills from him, makes it happen. He wasn't by any means a weak point on overpass. He was shining. So expected to see him continue that coming into Nuke as well. 8-4, OG running the board right now.
And you don't really know what the solution is for Big. It was looking so good to start off. But now it just feels like everywhere is off limits, right? Nico has been great over in main. He's had support there from Valde as well. Mantu has just been locking down outside, and Issa has not once faltered at ramp. He's always been good to deny these ramp plays. So where is the solution for Big? Looking like a fast A play in this round. The flashes go over, but they actually blind Quito, who's running amok inside of the bomb site. Does get the better of Valde, and already this is shaped up to be a big round. 5-on-3, and a save call potentially going to come through from OG in spite of only being up against these Tech 9s. They don't want to throw the money away moving into the last few rounds of this half. So save call locked in.
Yeah, it's even less about the money and more so just knowing this isn't winnable, right? Like, no point just burning the round for no reason. And also arming Big, who are scavenging what they can. See some dropping guns from the heavens. Alexi found in the back of Garage, but he's not been killed. And Mantu does have his cross after picking Searson from the sky. Oh, Mantu, how does he hit it? I don't know. And now all the guns the Big just picked up, gone, mate. Washed away and actually blown by the bomb into the hands of Quito. He'll take that freebie, a little bonus package, but still not a worry. Big could have bought regardless. That was an eco. They didn't have armor on the Tech 9s, so the money was going to be there regardless. 8-5, and Big looking to have something to celebrate at the end of the half. A 7-round half would be damn good. have been pretty, but a round's a round. Oh, was that team smoke? Like meant to go over the silo? It hit Searson. He's now smoked on silo. It was a garage smoke. Yeah, it just, oh no, or I don't even know. There's a mess outside of utility. Definitely a T-smoke. Definitely a problem for Big, who wanted to cross yard, cannot do so as easily. Mantu, dirty flick. He's going to go back for more. They're holding for him. Tabson's wrapping A. They need to get the bomb back first. They have barely got radio. Molly in the back of the site. They've been burned before, and now Nico will as well. Tabson gets that kill and holds for heaven. The kill gets snuck out from under him, and Xantares with the frag and the plant to start this round. Tabson can close it, and this is just very cerebral stuff for Big. Things don't go their way outside, so they just run into A. And Tabson, who has been burnt on, you know, these main positions, he waits behind main in many rounds. Mantu has come up from secret and killed him in the past. This time he just W's speed into main and catches OG with their pants down. Last round of the half, and everyone can buy.
Yeah, I'm glad that we've seen the pace change out of Big, though. You know, like, even in a lot of the times that Tabson's been caught on these main flanks, it's because he's been so slow and respectful in his approach. Well, now he's kind of done with that, and he's keeping it very, very fast, very aggressive over towards outside. This time, some outside smokes to complement his push. And that's going to get Tabson in deep. No one has got any idea. Smoke through the door. Tizian is interested by what they've just thrown his way. Spot anything from it. Tabson wants to win this fight onto Alexi, and even though he's ready for the angle, all it is information gained for now. Does this force any more rotates out of OG? That's a big question in a round like this. They're not overextending on the rotates, you know, they're not overcompensating this B bomb site, but Tabson does have a lot of room at ramp, and Issa does not have a safe spot to fall back down to.
Ooh.
They swing it early, and Keto just takes the kill, so Tabson's little flank was never even needed.
That's crazy. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter if Keto dies there, you're just offering up free kills. However, Big are feeling it, and they're just running around into the site. 2 frags, bomb dropped. Oh, someone needs to go back for that. They realize a bit late, and Searson picks Nico up through the doorway. Big surely looking to lock in a 7th. A recovery at the end of the half. And what started pretty slow for the OG as well, right? It was 4-0 for Big. OG with a big recovery, and now German stealing it right back with a 7th.
Oh, and Tabson's just swinging in at the end. Searson mollies him out, of course he does. Alexa B, under 10 HP, armed with the AWP. Got to do the impossible. There's no getting through this. Sorry, Alexi. I'd love to make out like you could. But Xantares just drops onto him. Right down the middle at the end of this first half. Not a clear winner in sight. It's OG trying to take us to a 3rd map, and Big fighting for that 2-0 victory.
Yeah, of course, last year we were #1, and what we learned from that was, yeah, of course, that we are all really good players, and if we can work even harder than we did, we can also go back to this level. Of course, it's really tough now at the moment. Everyone is really good. Of course, back then everyone was also really good, I would say. So I think we learned a lot. Maybe we also need to take like 1 or 2 days off sometimes, because it was a bit tough in the end, I would say. We tried to do this, but we had a lot of tournaments, and if we can just balance this really good, like we do it this year, then we can go back to this. I think we should just go it step by step, like get back to top 5 and then go for top 1 or top 3 again. Stand up, you've got what
what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Keep holding on, show him how to make a miracle. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Keep holding on, show him how to make a miracle. First thing you notice, you feel a bit excited. You see a purple butterfly is flying by. A little tension in your jaw, let your teeth shine. Put on your blue.
Oh, a little sip of that there. Big sipping large as they finish out that first half with 7 rounds to their name. That was after a 4-0 start. And then OG went on this huge streak of 8 rounds and everything was looking like, wow, all right, OG. Then Big come in with an A rush to kickstart the final 3 right at the end of that half. And now we're as close as we can possibly get it. OG pistols out and in towards the ramp room.
Ooh.
Pressure's about to be on for a man like CSGO, as there are a lot of bodies coming his way. He ducks out of danger, but they're not going down to B. They're going for a classic. They're running a classic strategy. Up into heaven is the aim of the game with this one. You force the rotates out of Big, you plant the bomb for heaven, and you make it a really, really rough round. In our games, we call this the Hugo, because this is what he always calls. And so OG have done it. They've called the Hugo into play.
Yeah, it usually works like a charm, but Big were a
OG
little
have
more
fluffed
aware.
it a bit, honestly.
Yeah, they slowed down and Big rotate back up from B, right? You drop vent often if you see that ramp play come through. There it is from Keto.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, not even close. I'm surprised Sisson got out from behind Orange, down B before they chased him, but straight to hell. And yeah, there's no survivors here but Issa. Ooh, he's got a chance though. Dancing with the Devil, done in 2, and he can drop towards B, which currently has no CTs in. But Issa wants to throw a spanner in the works, wants to go the other way, and Tabson is right behind. Nice try from OG. I actually love it when teams run hell. It just causes so much chaos. It just causes so many rotates, so many players out of position, not knowing where it's ending. That question mark. If you see ramp to B, you know what you're doing. You're dropping secret. You're going down that vent. But when players run towards hell like that, Big get very confused for a second. But once they see the ladder take, back up A they go, and they've got a hold there. So not going to be OGs today. Eco coming through. Eagle on Issa, he earns it. Could afford to buy it. Up secret for Searson. At least the Fatmas tapping away, drawing the attention as Searson gets ever so close. Nade is lovely as well. And Searson, with the bomb dropped and so many players in front of him, the flashes keep them passive. But Issa with the Deagle does something dastardly. Oh, the SMGs are not proving to be pretty. And Issa's making this work.
Well, Santares tries his best to get it under some semblance of control. But OG is still in this B bomb site, still in with a chance to get that bomb down. Keto, they're in the vent, they're going back up towards A, and Santares realizes it all too late. That's a bit of a rough round for Big. You know, it's like sunk costs at that point, right? They lose a man outside, and then they get so focused on trying to trade that with the SMGs that They end up making the problem far worse. And Issa is looking clinical with his Deagle to put 9 up on the board for OG. They find that that wasn't even a force buy, by the way. That was just like a pistol upgrade. That's the extent of it.
Yeah, everyone was Glocks except Issa. That was it. $700 Deagle, and he gets 3 kills with it. Look at these. Banging, big, out of the round. That should never happen. And this one, that was the crucial mistake, right? Like, Keto's fine if he holds the A site. If they fly up the vent, he's watching it. Well, there's no way they kill him, surely. But he hits the worst possible timing on his rotate. And OG just fly back into A. Now Big have had enough, and they're going to start to take some space, take some control of outside. Pushed in very deep. Lining up util on T-roof. Oh no, you needed the 1D. You can't spam from that range. tabseN learns the hard way, and into A go OG with a furious pace. All the kills for them. Keto gets 1 off the Deagle, but he's not going to be able to repeat what Issa just showed us. Xantara is neither, and the Scout with a missed shot. Oh, it's just a decimation for OG. They get all the kills and barely any casualties. And Big may have won the pistol, but forget about that. This half is starting up all OG.
I just can't get over the anti-eco round. I just can't move past it.
Yeah, if you're Big, you have to. You don't really have much choice. Just a few missed shots in that round, honestly. That's what it comes down to. More pistols outside. And OG, it's like they're just not in a rush to take outside at all. Think about that eco that Issa wins, right? CSGO is the first contact in yard, and he is secret. He drops from ramp to secret and comes up. And at that point, OG is still behind the boxes. Like, they're barely moving. Same in this round. They see someone cross, and they just fall back, and they hold, and they wait for Big to give them the fights. They're not in a rush to take control, when they know Big are antsy to take engagements. 11-8. It's all going swimmingly for OG right now. Do Big have any answers for this on their first buy round?
Well, you hope so, or else OG can end up running away with this whole game just on the basis of the money. A lot of util exchanged at the door and outside, and there are these outside smokes drop down. Can't tell, but it looks like there's a gap in them. At least on the mini-map, and that's because it is this A plate, so in they go. The MAC-10s churn up the first man, and Keto not ready for Alexa B. How's he gotten away with all those entry kills? Xantares is suddenly left up all alone. He tries to go swing it in, and he somehow survives the Molotov. Just Mansu, but oh, Xantares jumping out into the open. Jumping up onto top silo, trying to get a bit of a better position, I guess.
He was so low, right? I thought the molly would tick onto him, but yeah, holds the bomb for a second, thinks better. Maybe wanted to get top heart. That would have probably been a nicer position, but very loud to go there as well. And these are some great entries from Alexia, right? Back of the site is Keto, isn't ready for 2. And CSGO again in heaven. Last time was a scout, and he couldn't get the shot off. This time the AWP, and he still misses. Is there any saving Big? OG are out for blood. And hey, Harry, they lost their map pick, so we all knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
Another A take. Whoop.
Oh, Keto. Oh, don't know how he's still alive there, but he is not alive much more. Is Valde. Oh, the MAC-10s. The MAC-10s just slicing through Big. Oh, well, that was fun, CSGO, wasn't it? You got to go up the ladder and then get shot in the head by Nico.
He's had less space every time he's come on the heaven rotate. Once, he got out wide. Second, he got up the ladder. Third, he died on the ladder. Oh, this is brutal. Yeah, keep buying MAC-10s. Forget AKs if you're OG. It's these MAC-10s that are opening A sites round after round. This time it's Valde. The 3rd kill on the smoke. I don't even know, man. I don't know how he does it. This one. Can't even see him. tabseN's gone. And yeah, might need another caffeine cam for Big. Sip another latte. Wake up, because right now it's OG doing everything they need to do. 13-8. Big, they are still probably thinking about that second round of the half. If they just took it against 4 Glocks, they'd probably be rolling over OG right now. But instead, everything has flipped on its head. And OG, not to take this away from them, very well-earned rounds, no question about it. Another Mac 10 on Alexi B. They have 10K per player, and he's still playing SMG.
And with good reason. Like, there's no head armor here on Big, and that's how he's kept finding so much with it. Only the tag for Searson, and he's got to give up ramp. Once again, big problems starting to emerge for this CT side. Tizian tries to switch up the pace with that quick flanking through the lobbies. And Tares...
Oh, so lucky. He was on
the just about gets away with it, doesn't he? Absence missed the timing onto Issa, who does get into main. Just about catches him as he gets around the corner. And so finally Big might be on to a 9th round. Just Mansu and Valdez stand between them and keeping this game afloat. But we know that OG have a nasty tendencies to make any round feel doable. And so OG are slowing it down right now. Late towards outside.
Big kill for Tabson, though. That's how it could have unraveled. Still will be a trade to Valde, but can he get much further with a Heaven player spotting him out? Not committing. Tag for Xantares, and yeah, he'll give it up. Puts Valde on 3. That's more than enough. And Searson with quite a shell to rattle into Valde's face. He can't. Valde with a shot, and that's a really nice kill. Could take the AWP, but Valde sticks with the AK instead, looking for the ace, and he's running out of time. Ooh, Xantares gives it a peek. Valde gonna go for the backside stick, and no one here to stop it. Xantares, nade ready, and there it is. Under control, luckily enough. Almost giving a chance to Valde, but the utility will decide enough for Big, and they stay above water for now.
Honestly, though, the fact that he gets out of it with so many kills, like the bomb plant doesn't really matter to OG, right? No. The extra $800, like, yeah, it's sick, but that's not what they're celebrating on. The reason they are excited, though, at the end of a round like that is, you know, you've been ahead of Big because you've been ahead in terms of the money, just time and time again. And, you know, taking that from being 4 players surviving for Big, which is what it looked like it could have been at one point in time, and leaving it with 2 forces the majority to reinvest. And so this becomes a pretty expensive round for the big boys. They don't get to fall back into like building up any money yet. And so OG is still in a really good place in this map.
Yeah, it's only their first lost rifle round, right? They went on a streak after winning their eco. So let's see if they can get back on that streak. Another fast approach, perhaps. The molly, extinguished by the smoke, but very late. And Alexi B looking into the wall as bullets fly through. Everyone is dead. Big are ready for this A play. And even though that happens, Mantu sprays a smoke, and Issa gets a pick. Back to ramp they look. Xantares hasn't left. They're in no hurry either. Searson knows outside is clear. It's a very risky move to only have 1 player left on A, but OG are making their presence known.
Oh, Xantares needs to get away with a lot here, and that double, make it a 3rd, has sorted Xantares out royally, puts 10 on the board for Big. I was a little nervous, right? With Xantares playing close left, if he falls there and opens up a path into that B bomb site, then it's likely that round going to OG. You know, really, I think getting the 2 was already enough for Xantares. The fact that he goes on to close it just stops that getting out of hand at all. Already, I think you'll notice some like key differences as well between how Xantares approaches ramp and how Issa does. Xantares is a lot more about taking those fights and like having that as an active engagement that is either won or lost at ramp. Whereas Issa, he's someone who's more than willing, you know, to rotate down, play that B bomb site.
Yeah.
Really, for him, it's like more of a delay game, whereas for Xantares, it is like a last stand at the ramp route.
And that can be good, but we have certainly seen games for Big where that has been a liability. If Xantares is getting picked, if any ramp player is getting picked without getting a kill, like it's such a huge hole in the map. We even see at the top level sometimes if you're on a rifle round and you fast ramp as a team, you get the kill immediately and you drop, CTs can just save sometimes because they've lost so much control, they've lost so much room, and they weren't ready for such a fast B take. So yeah, there is danger with the way that Xantares plays, but boy does he play it well. Getting all 3 kills on the ramp there. And now Big, been given a lifeline with a couple of rounds in a row. OG gonna try and cut it. Smokes outside again. Tabson hears all of this rumbling going on, and he crosses behind red. They're wide as well. Can he call for a flash? CSGO's going to line one up. Here it comes. The pop, and Tabson will not rush it. Waits patiently, and then pokes his head out for a couple of kills. Nico trades, but Tabson has done his due diligence, and Tizian mollies the secret entrance as well, almost hitting the wall bang on the way out. They'll make their way past the molly. Alexia down on B, smoking it off, in fact. And OG are now hoping at this point the Big start to give up kills in the mid-round.
Oh, this aggression through Hut could give a kill over to Valda. It's whether or not he's anticipating this, because they are deep within the lobby. They're right behind him, but nobody's cleared the door deep yet, and now they will. Keto saw the barrel. So it all leaves it all onto Alexa B. Down on this B bomb site alone, and given a lot of room to work with at least. Only 20 seconds though, and those doors opening now give up the aim of the game. Big know where this last man is. And over here at ramp, you've got Xantares nearby to try and lock in the round. Alexi, even though he was given a free B bomb site, he never knows that, right? He never knows the full extent to which Big have approached this map. The bomb plant is denied. And so 11 to 13, yeah. Big trying to get back in right as the doors were closing, right as we hit last call. And now 11 to 13.
Yeah, right. With Valdi dead in lobby, he only died to Keto. He never saw Keto. He never saw the fact that Big had triple pushed. If he had, Alexi would have been given that free plant, right? He could have run down, opened the doors, stuck it, and there's no way Big could have stopped it. But instead, he's playing it smart. He's playing it patient. He's clearing corners. But that just gives time for Big to get into position. And as you say, Alexi is not to know the whereabouts of his opponents at that time. 13 to 11. Third in a row for Big. Right, when they needed to recover, they have. But for how much longer? It's still a tough task. Long road ahead. And OG coming back in with more and more buy rounds to close things out. Quick pauses before.
Oh, Tabson plays with fire and gets burned by Mantu through that smoke. Man advantage taken for OG. They haven't had too many of these in the last few rounds, so now they're really looking to just ease themselves into a 5-on-4. Slow, methodical as they drop the outside smokes in. At the deep ones as well, so you could even look to contest for garage or main from this smoke setup. Searson is peeking over the top as well. So you will have that to worry about. Oh, just too many targets, and Mantu with only one spot to focus on. Valda's just toying with them, and oh, Tizian gives it all away. Keto doesn't trade it either. And so Xantares alone at B has got to do it all. They're coming his way. Even then, they can go up the vent, right? They could try to hit this A-bomb site, especially with Alexa B up in heaven. And so for Xantares, he gets the info that 2 players are here. Now they go back up to A because of Alexa B in the heavens. And Xantares isn't left with any option in this round. It is a flawless 14th for OG.
Really good call, right? It helps the Mantu get that opening pick to Tabson, but once they kill him in main, they realize, you know, the wealth of control they've been given. He has been the player who's been putting a stop to them outside. And so they go back to this late yard take that they've done so many times. With no main player, with Searson peeled away to heaven as a result of losing that outside control from Tabson. It's just free real estate. OG run it down B and then run it back up A. Grabbing kills in every which way on the way. It's quite a mouthful. 14 to 11 though, and yeah, a few rounds in a row for Big. They save their bacon somewhat, and they've still got a bit of money, but they really would love to get away with this AK. So Xantares needs to have his wits about him. Cross into the corner, and here they come. Valdi with the exit. It's a huge kill to find at the end of the round, as you know, Big are forced to rebuy here. You could play for OT, but you've got 3 players who can fully invest, so it's not too tantalizing to eco this position. And Mantu with the AWP again, kept it up, right? Looked good on overpass, looks good here. Searson's not really beating him in any head-to-heads. So how will this one go for big? Uh-oh.
Searson's trying to get stuck in with the AWP, but holding, waiting patiently is Alexi. Searson getting the opener, and now big, they fall back, right? They just try to play around the man advantage. They don't want to give anything away. No one wants to be that next player to fall, and sadly, Valdet is not given a choice. The numbers starting to dwindle. Searson already down at B, gets his head taken off. Issa providing the entries, giving the space over to the rest of his team. I tell you what, Pimp wanted to see more out of the regular faces here on OG. Well, we're certainly getting that in this game right now. Mantu and Issa both leading the charge in terms of those kills. And the calling has been great from Alexa B. Nico don't let Tizian come through the vents. And so what was a 4-on-3 retake is now even odds with this bomb already ticking against big. Issa not giving up ground, finally traded by Xantares. Mantu, only the tag, and the doors get closed and then reopened on him. Nico left up alone. They've got to get on the bomb now, and he's dropped them off of it. There isn't time for the round. And so an AWP save, that's the extent of it for big. Up against 15, a third map locked and loaded. And we just might get there if this buy is going to be anything to go by for big.
Oh, hero play from Nico, heroic even, right? Not just killing the vent drop, forcing big into a 3-man ramp retake, but then just tapping the diffuser out as he was trying to desperately run for the bomb. There was no kit in that retake for big in that 3-on-3, and so they had to get on the defuse early. Nico denies it, and at that point, there's nothing that they can do. Trade may be found, but they lose the round. 15-11, and OG, surely they can close this one. Surely they can take us to a third map. It will be Inferno. But will we get there? Big certainly don't want to, but they may not have any say in the matter. Money dripping dry. I saw an AWP on the buy, but certainly not going to have many guns behind it.
A rough spot to be in.
Yeah.
And a bit of an OG classic.
The old reverse sweep, huh?
And that's the thing, like OG, they're so used to being in these positions where they go a map down that this is just like their bread and butter almost, you know? This is...
Yeah, they love playing BO2s. Yeah, look at that streak at the start of the half for OG as well. Let's cast ourselves back to that. That was Issa with a Deagle on a full eco. 4 Glocks, 1 Deagle, and he gets a 3-piece to win the round. That completely flipped this half on its head. And Big have been recovering ever since, so now they've got to do so again with this mess of a buy. 1 kit on Tizian.
Oh, Lordy util going in. Issa, you are burning alive. Not the start they were hoping for. A 1D through the smoke, and Issa hung out to dry. Xantares even dealing with Mantu. This was a buy round that wasn't meant to find anything for big. And yet here we are. OG haven't even made a dent. They tried to go fast into A, and they haven't even left lobby.
Yeah, it's not getting any easier, is it? Picked off 1 by 1 with no trades. They wanted to A-rush, but that Molotov comes down for Big at the perfect time in Heart. Worth noting, OG even used one of Big's own mollies against them, throwing that Rafters molly that comes in through the wall of lobby. Saw that from Big. Debut a couple seasons of Pro League ago. Some great minds in this team and organization. 12 though, salvaging something, staying in this series. And not wanting to go the distance to Inferno as well. Let's see if Big can keep themselves out of it. Smokes again for OG. Searson, they're running right by him already. He's going to hear footsteps as they get to the secret. And so Spam is pretty good. Issa gets tagged up. Valdi gets legged. There's a huge gap there. And Big are exploiting it to the best of their ability, but Flashes will push them back. And lobby control taken for only a second. Tizian turns, and Alexi gets him in the side of the head, walking back into A and trying to find Keto as well. He's done it! Alexi killing everybody on this A site, and it doesn't even matter that Big have got those lower rotates, because up vent go OG into surely a third map.
Yeah, all this damage was done to OG, but Alexa B, man, there's no accounting for individuals. And he realizes that to get this game over the line, someone's got to step up. That man ends up being Alexa B, pushing out into that A bomb site, now leaving it just on Searson and Xantares. And no one's in heaven. Alexi gets caught with an unfortunate timing in the doors, but still, the numbers game, the numbers leaning heavily in favor of OG. A couple of missed shots from Issa gives Xantares a little bit of room, and Xantares now down to the 1v1. Into the site he goes, just Valde left to beat, and they're both low, but Xantares makes it happen. The dream is still alive for Big. They deny that third map for now, as him and Searson come together with a 2v5.
Ow! That looked lost. That looked over. That had to be done. You cannot ask for more from Alexi B, from the in-game leader, tripling up in the A site. Everyone comes up then, and at that point, you may as well close your eyes. It's done. It's over. There's no way. And Xantares makes the impossible happen. Stylish stuff. Dropping down, jumping around, and even reads the wrap for Valdi as well. My, oh my, this game keeps on going and it keeps on delivering. A timeout for OG, the last left used now. Probably a good time, considering how that round just went. Oh my, I would be mad. You've got to hold yourself together if you're OG at this point. Don't want to give Big a way back in, like they already haven't.
A sad moment as well for OG in a way, right? Like, because if that ends up being the round that comes back to haunt you, you know, like you didn't really have one of them thus far. Big, they had a couple of rounds that will be coming back to haunt them. And so in a round like that, where Alexa B, as far as he's concerned, he's delivered all he had to do. You know, you thought that was going to be the recipe to success. They go for the vent drop in this round. They get the bomb down on the back of Mansu, but he's not able to get it planted. His teammates are just getting whittled away up here on A.
Yeah, you may wonder why he didn't commit, but Big had actually already rotated down. They're already in the B-bomb site. There was no way he was getting a plant. So he tries to make the best of a bad situation, wrapping around instead outside. But yeah, pistols. P250s versus the world. At this point, you're hoping for a mistake, but Big, money is no longer a question, no longer a concern. They can use all their utility that they like. Tabs has missed a lot of timings. He will be able to clear B. OG still have control of the garage as well. If only there was a better weapon available.
A weird situation for Mansu. They don't know he's here, and they're not really aware that he could even be here.
Free orb.
And so if he does get his hands on this AWP, that's something at least, and that's a freebie. Knife kill maybe for Man. Oh! The turn from Searson was enough to spook him. Still, it's only an orb, 15 seconds. He might just be thinking about holding on to this. Does look to be the decision, so not much more excitement here for Mansu as he attempts to survive. Tizian locks him out, takes that AWP right back. Now Mansu can buy one anyway. Not the end of the world for OG that they don't get away with the AWP. They would have loved to have removed it from the hands of Big, who wouldn't have had one in this round were it not for that AWP just being saved right at the final seconds.
Okay, this is what it's come to. Round number 30, OT or bust for OG. They're gone for the series if they can't win this map. At least have the chance of regulation. But again, the gaps. the smoke holes that caused so much problems in the previous round, or the previous outside take at least, it's replenished, it's patched up. Alexi drops fence, not lurking in lobby this time. He wants to join his team, and Tizian drops in and takes that kill instead. Oh, Alexi's gone. He's not ready for a B play for some reason. The rest of OG had already run behind the smokes. That should have been communicated, and that's offered up a free kill back in for OG. 2 players on this lower site. Xantara's in a pivotal position. Citizen won't smoke him. He doesn't want that to happen. Spam comes in. Xantara's, the windows get broken. He can get cleared. That's why Citizen is here. Minute on the clock, and here come OG.
Oh, blindsided though, Citizen and Xantares. Not looking the right way at the right moment. And so now either, right, they've done all this fighting and it still ends going to a third map, or they somehow claw back another man disadvantage to find an overtime. Tabson and Keto left in the hot seat and getting closer and closer to Nico. You got to check it right, and Tabson will. Down to the 2v2. Flashes are in for Tabson to take this peak. Not blinded, but Issa still out of the round. It's Mantu to step it up right in the final moments. We go into Inferno, the third map